Trump confirms discussions with Putin to end Ukraine war. Eyes deal with Kyiv, Washington, Moscow. U.S. President Donald Trump has disclosed that he engaged in direct phone conversations with Russian President Vladimir Putin to negotiate an end to the ongoing war in Ukraine, marking the first publicly acknowledged dialogue between the two leaders since Trump's return to office. The talks, reported by the New York Post and corroborated by multiple sources, signal a renewed push by the Trump administration to resolve the conflict, now entering its third year. Key developments: direct diplomacy with Putin. Trump confirmed the discussions during an interview aboard Air Force One, stating that Putin wants to see people stop dying in Ukraine, though he declined to specify how many times they had spoken 1312. The Kremlin, however, remained ambiguous, with spokesman Dmitry Peskov stating he could neither confirm nor deny the reports, citing the multiplicity of communication channels between Washington and Moscow. 28. Criticism of Biden and claims of preventable war. Trump reiterated his long-standing assertion that the war never would have happened under his leadership, contrasting his rapport with Putin to what he called the embarrassment of the Biden administration's foreign policy. Proposed $500 million deal with Ukraine. The Trump administration is pursuing a transactional agreement with Kyiv, offering security guarantees in exchange for access to Ukraine's rare earth minerals and gas reserves. This proposal aligns with Trump's emphasis on reducing U.S. financial burdens while securing strategic resources. Upcoming meetings with Zelensky and Putin. Trump announced plans to meet Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky next week, likely at the Munich Security Conference, where Vice President J.D. Vance is also scheduled to attend. Meanwhile, preparations for a potential Trump-Putin summit are reportedly at an advanced stage, with Saudi Arabia or the UAE floated as possible venues. Iran negotiations and deterrence beyond Ukraine. Trump signaled openness to a non-nuclear deal with Iran, stating he would prefer that to bombing the hell out of it. He suggested such an agreement could deter Israeli military action but withheld specifics, calling the potential concessions too nasty to disclose. Context and reactions. The conflict, which began with Russia's 2022 invasion, has claimed over 2 million lives, according to Trump's estimates, though independent verification remains challenging. Moscow continues to control swaths of eastern Ukraine, while Kyiv insists on territorial integrity and NATO aspirations, a red line for Putin. 2510. Trump's urgency to broker peace contrasts with his predecessor's approach. Every day, people are dying. Young, handsome soldiers are being killed. Young men like my sons, Trump emphasized, directing his national security advisor, Mike Waltz, to expedite diplomatic meetings. Challenges ahead. While Trump touts a concrete plan, details remain undisclosed, raising questions about feasibility. Putin's preconditions, Ukraine's NATO withdrawal and recognition of annexed territories, clash with Kyiv's demands, complicating negotiations. 210 global implications. The discussions underscore Trump's transactional diplomacy, blending economic interests with geopolitical strategy. Critics warn that prioritizing resource deals over Ukraine's sovereignty risks legitimizing Russian aggression. Meanwhile, European allies remain wary of U.S. commitments amid Trump's complaints about disproportionate aid contributions. As the war's third anniversary approaches on February 24th, the world watches whether Trump's overtures will yield tangible progress or deepen existing divides.